Hello, I wanted to share some wheel and tire fitment information for the Infiniti M and Q70 models. These bodies usually come with an 18-inch wheel setup for the base models, and for the sport models or the upgraded wheel and tire packages, you can get 20-inch wheels. Now, obviously from the factory, wheels and tires are going to fit just fine, but I usually like sharing videos that show what could happen if you upgrade your wheels or tires. So for today's video, I'm going to compare the factory 20-inch wheel setup, where you get either that option or the other one, assuming that the 18-inch wheels are definitely not going to give you any problems. And either one of the 20-inch wheel setups from the factory for the Q70 are usually a 20-inch wheel with a width of 9 inches and offset of 43. The factory tire size is 245, 40, 20. And as I said, fitment is obviously not going to be a problem at all. In my case, my vehicle came with 18-inch wheels, but I ended up upgrading with 20-inch wheels, just a little larger than the factory options provided over there. Yes, for those who know Nissans and Infinitis, you might be able to tell that these are actually other factory wheels, specifically from a Nissan GTR. And the Nissan GTRs usually come with staggered wheels. They're 20 inches in diameter all around, but the rear ones are a little wider than the front ones. The front ones are 20 inches, 9.5 with an offset of 45. So not too dramatically different from the factory 20-inch wheel option. And that's what I have here. I have the front wheels of a GTR all around. For tire sizes, I have 275, 35, 20. And so I wanted to share and answer some of the questions that people usually have when it comes to upgrades. One of the first questions is, does it look good? I think looks are always going to be subjective, so I'll just move around the vehicle and you decide what, half an inch wider on the wheel and about 30 millimeters wider on the tire is going to look like. I think that spec is decent for me, with my vehicle being otherwise stock, that is stock suspension. I did not use spacers or anything. As I said, it's just a little wider compared to the factory spec on the wheels. And maybe if I had different wheels, they might have looked different colors, but it should work for now, I think. So this is what we have. And the other question people usually have is, what's the fitment going to be like, right? When I say fitment, I'm not talking about how flush it is. I mean, it's good enough. In fact, it's very safe. The other fitment is, are you going to have impact? Is it going to rub either inside or outside? So for that, I would like to jack up the vehicle, and up we go. So I jacked the vehicle because I wanted to get space to get into the wheel well to show you what the clearance looked like. But also I jacked the rear side because I wanted to load the front opposite side to get as much compression as possible to show you what the clearance was going to look like on the outside. So over here, this is the best I can give you, unfortunately, unless you hit a bump at speed or something like that. Just take my word for it that you're going to clear. Everything should be fine in case you were to hit anything. Now, on the inside, we're going to go over here. I probably need a flashlight. Nope, I'm fine. I can see. And here you go. So it is somewhat tight, but as you can see, everything clears. I usually say whether it clears by an inch or a mile, clear is clear. Unless something breaks, you're not making any contact to the inside over here, right? So this is 275, and it's going to look pretty much the same if you did 275 on your factory sport wheel. We can probably get a pretty good look of the back, sticking the phone in here, and wow, yeah, that's a lot of clearance. No concerns at all over here. So if you did choose to go staggered, you can make this pretty wide. Just just remember that the other concern is your clearance to the fender and the quarter panels, right? You don't want to end up hitting it. And I guess to test this other side over here, the best thing might be to load the front opposite corner to see what happens to the rear. And we're up again. I've jacked the front right corner, which is going to be opposite the corner we're interested in, the rear left. Looking at it, you can see that the tire is going to tuck, so we're safe. The way the suspension is designed, it articulates and goes into the wheel well, and the quarter panel is safe. So 275 clears just fine, at least with the wheel specs that I have. Now keep in mind, like I said, my vehicle is stock in every other aspect. That is my suspension. The wheel spec isn't that dramatically different from the factory spec, but I hope sharing these videos help you guys in one way or another. You can visualize what's going to happen in case you make changes that are somewhat similar to mine, and at least you don't have an idea what would happen if you loaded your vehicle with lots of luggage, rear passengers. The front, it's not really going to change that much, but you know, because you know, with the Nissans generally you get sag in the rear. Anyway, that's all I have to share for now.